Good morning, good morning, good morning. Again, I want to thank you so much for viewing our videos and all the great comments. It really helps us to feel like we're doing a good job in helping others. I've been promising you I would start a video series on spirituality, and so I want to do that today. And I've asked Drew to help me, so he's going to help me move the camera a little bit, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to start out with creation a little bit. You know, I suppose if you had to put a what is spirituality, I think the one thing you would have to say is it's an awakening process. Because I've laid hints to this through these videos that you are soul using a physical body. But what a lot of people don't realize is the complexity of the way God made creation. And the fact that you not only have one body, you have several bodies you're using simultaneously. When you're thinking, you're not using your physical body. When you're feeling, you're not using your physical body. The human physical body does have 5 senses, but it is not emotions. The emotions is the driving force to accomplishing things. It's a creative force within the 2 lower worlds. I'm going to show you a little God's World chart I use in my classes to show you the layout of creation, to give you an idea how these worlds work. The importance of this in health is understanding genetics and understanding how everything else is involved in this process as well. So I'll do my best. I'm going to have a series of this, so what I don't cover or I forget to get in, I'm going to cover in parts, because this spirituality is my favorite. It is who we are. Health is getting the physical body healthy, but getting the physical body healthy does reach into your more etheric bodies of your emotions and your thoughts and how you see yourself, your id, and it starts to build health in those bodies as well. So this is not to be a religious thinking process. Many people have said religions are man-made. In fact, I will show you some of where some of the religions get their thinking from in the God worlds. But you can go back and study Buddha, Jesus. The agnostics, of course, is more of what Jesus actually said. You'll find it the talking about of the many heavens and or many rooms in my Father's mansion. Jesus very well knew the many levels that exist in creation. Most of your spiritual giants do. Spiritual giant is someone that explores the God worlds, not just a physical master. You can be a master chemist, you can be a master detoxifier, you can be a master plumber, but a spiritual master to me is one that masters the God worlds and is able to help people to avoid some of the pitfalls of creation and how to go beyond some of these worlds. I've studied about every philosophy and religion on this planet. When I lived as a hermit in the woods, I had nothing else to do. No TV, no radio. I didn't want those things. I wanted to know who I was, and I also had this burning question of what is the Supreme Being? What is life? What is consciousness? And so I will tell you, there's a famous master called Paul Twitchell, and you can get a lot of his writings, and I would if I was you. He brought out the teachings of Eckankar, and I spent about almost 30 years in Eckankar. But Paul Twitchell brought out the writings of the Eck Masters and these God worlds. And most of these worlds of creation can be explored through various writings from the Sufis, the Radhaswami, or the Singh group, which is the Shabda Yoga group. Every system, even Christianity, has its own place and its own originality. But I want to take you beyond religion, beyond actually spirituality in a sense, and take you into the heart of who you are. Because you first have to know who you are. You know, we've talked about out-of-body travels, and out-of-body travels is simply moving your attention away from the physical body and putting it somewhere else. You can put it on your astral body, you can put it in different, because you have several bodies here. Now, the thing is, You can travel the God worlds. I mentioned the Monroe Institute. I think his name is John Monroe. He wrote a lot of books about the next heaven that you experience from the physical plane, called the astral worlds or the emotional worlds. And you can go to his institute, and they guarantee, I think they have 97% success at helping you out of your physical body with music. The old Pythagoras Blue Hand group. Pythagoras they say he could strum one note on an instrument and put his chelas, which is his students, into ecstasy. So, the story of Jalaluddin Rumi, the Sufi poet, the guy that really originated the whirling dervishes, incredible story and lover of God. You get into Christianity and you see the extreme love Jesus had for the Supreme Being. That's a true master. And so I'm not mean to insult anybody's religious beliefs and stuff, but there's a point where you have to go beyond belief systems and ideas. If you want to know truth, you've got to go beyond all these conditions, thought forms, and ideas people have, and all of this, and view truth for what it really is. And truth doesn't have limitation to it, does it? Truth is infinite. And so you almost have to become infinite. So I'm going to show you the layout of creation. That's going to set the stage for our spiritual conversations here as we go on. It'll also help you to understand, again, genetics, because cells, anything that has a physical body, has to first take on these other bodies. You can't come out of the heart of God and be here without going through different levels of filtration, if you will. The power of your consciousness, the power of you, the power of the Supreme Being is way too powerful just to take on a physical body. Way too powerful. You would burn this thing up the minute you came into it. You have filters, and these filters are known as bodies, if you will. And they include the mind, they include the emotions, and I'm going to show you that layout here. And it's important that these filters exist, but you use these bodies when you're actually moving the physical body around. When you leave this earthly plane, you only leave this physical body. You don't lose your other bodies unless you develop your ability to go beyond them. You will enter your next body, which you already have with you right now. You have a mental body. If you think you can't be in the physical world without a mind. Even if we don't use it, and I hope to God I can stop using mine. Remember I told you that one holy man, he was a neck master, once said, if you stop thinking and if you stop talking, there's nothing you won't know. So any books you can read from Paul Twitchell, Darwin Gross. Darwin took Eckankar and brought it from the science of bilocation, which is the being in two places at once. And this has been written about through Christian saints and saviors. This has been written about through yogas, Hindu. I mean, it's a fact that you are not your physical body, that you can put your attention in any of your other bodies and travel in those worlds. It's still not who you are, but it'll give you a view that you're so much more than this physical body. So J. Krishnamurti is another person I really like. J. Krishnamurti. Kristmurti, I think. But this guy was supposed to be a holy man, master of millions. And he said, not anybody's master. He said, I'll show you how to see truth. And if you can get anything by J. Krishnamurti, he'll help you to become the observer of life, to be here now in the moment. And that's what our spirituality takes, is stopping the chattering of the mind and emotions. The Hindus talk about the desireless state and riding the middle path Buddha. And we don't want to negate anybody. We love everybody. No religion or teaching at this level has all the answers, because this level is very limited